Hello again, my unconventional conventionalists. You're never gonna guess what I'm doing in this video. Well, actually, yeah, you could because you saw the title before you clicked this video, didn't you? Well, it's a Bad Girls music album review. And it has been 3 years since I have done one of these. Matter of fact, the last time I did it was Art Pop by Lady Gaga. Well, let's keep the trend going with Joanne by Lady Gaga. Now, Joanne came out October 21st, so it's been just a few days since its release, and I've been listening to it on loop non-stop. So first off, let's talk about the packaging. For the first time ever, Lady Gaga is using a pastel coloring scheme. Song names are nice and visible, you don't have to squint to see them, at least not in person. You kind of do with the way my TV monitor is, and you can see like reflections in it. Ugh. But it's nice and legible, you can read it plain as day, and I appreciate that in albums. And strangely enough, the song Joanne is written in a different way, and that is because this entire album is devoted to Lady Gaga's deceased aunt named Joanne. As a matter of fact, Lady Gaga's middle name also happens to be Joanne, so she is named after her deceased aunt, and this album is primarily a tribute to her. Open it up, and we see like some very casual pictures of Lady Gaga, and there's one underneath the disc. So here's another one, just like in the recording studio, doing her thing. And also the disc itself is quite interesting. You can see, it's a CD, but they made it look like it's very aged and scratched and much older than what it really is. And I really can't make out the writing, because that says like, bring 7 amen, and like, Brian 7 Amy? I don't know, it's just, I really can't, that looks like AD right there, EAD. So I really can't make out the scratch writing too well. But I also like how there's like 2 burn marks on the CD, it's a pretty cool concept. And inside the lyric booklet, you can see little old vintage pictures of Lady Gaga herself. I mean, some of them are not vintage, like this one's recent, but there are some vintage pictures in here. Gaga and her family and her friends. So like this communicates right away that this album is a story of Lady Gaga's personal life. Alright, so now we are going to talk about the individual songs in the album. I have picked up the deluxe versions, so we're going to be talking about 14 tracks. Let's get into it. Let's start with Diamond Heart. Now, Diamond Heart, it took me a little bit to interpret because the chorus, made me immediately think, like you're talking to a potential lover or, a potential soulmate, and you're kind of making a promise to them. I may not be flawless, but I have a diamond heart. Well, diamond heart to me is like a step up from heart of gold. So it means you have always good intentions, and you just want to be good, be nice, and just, help yourself, but also help others. You're the best kind of person out there. But some of the other parts of the song kind of like, I don't know, jump around. Like, Lady Gaga talks about go-go dancing, which I think she actually means her days as a stripper. And also mentions how some asshole took my innocence. Well, we know what that's a reference to. I don't know, it's just, I really like Diamond Heart. It's one of my favorite tracks on the CD, but I'm still trying to kind of figure it out. But it's catchy, instrumentals are great, and I enjoy it. The second track is Ayo. The Ayo as a single was dropped like 2 days before the album itself. And Ayo is probably the most upbeat and danceable single on the CD. Ayo is just poppin', and I love it. Now, when I first listened to it, I thought it was literally about smoking cigarettes, but then come to find out later, no, it's not about that. It's actually about smoking the competition, like you would a pack of cigarettes. So Ayo is just about like getting out there and doing your best and just totally annihilating all those who oppose you. Yeah, you listen to Ayo enough times, it will be permanently lodged into your skull forever. The single is the title single for the album, Joanne. And this single specifically is written about Lady Gaga's deceased aunt, Joanne, and it is very, very touching. You know, from what I understand, Joanne passed when Lady Gaga was 19. And through the song, Gaga kind of communicates that when it happened, she was a lot more confused than sad. The reoccurring chorus is, "Hey girl, where do you think you're going?" So Gaga didn't understand, why her aunt was passing away so early and so soon. And so Lady Gaga was just like, I guess at age 19, it just wasn't connecting, and it just wasn't, mentally connecting in your head. So Gaga was like, where are you going? We're not done with you. You're still needed here. You can't die and go to heaven. They're not ready for you up there. We still need you here. Don't go anywhere. So that's what kind of makes the song touching. Just, it really communicates how some of us feel when we've lost a loved one and, are about to lose a loved one. And we're kind of in denial that it's going to happen because it's such a painful reality. We don't accept that reality right away. And that's why, because we've denied that reality for so long, when it finally does hit us all at once, it hits us really fucking hard. And that's what Joanne means to me. It is that period of time where Gaga is in doubt, is refusing to accept the reality that her Aunt Joanne is going to die. And I think that is beautiful. Next single is John Wayne, and shit, do the gears change on this one. So this is where we get to hear a little more of Gaga's wild side again. And honestly, John Wayne is just about having a really good fucking time. And it's also, very upbeat, very stompy, I guess. This is a good, stomp tune. Yeah. I guess that's the best way I can put it. John Wayne's a good stomp tune. Sure. The next single is Dancin' in Circles. And I have to say, I feel like Dancin' in Circles is the weakest single on the album. It's not by any means terrible, but I don't know. It just kind of, it doesn't leave the same impact on me that the others does. And as far as the meaning of Dancing in Circles, I'm quite certain I'm wrong about this one, but it just seems like one big metaphor for masturbation. That's all I got. The next single is Perfect Illusion. This single is what's up. It was the first single on the Joanne album to be released. It was released more than a month prior to the album itself. And as of right now, it's the only song on the album to have a music video. But Perfect Illusion just puts things into perspective so well. There are people in this world that you will meet that you will love. It could be a romantic love, it could be like a different kind of emotional attachment. But regardless of what kind of love it is, you will meet someone that you genuinely love and you truly believe and feel like they genuinely love you back. And then they do something to hurt you. They completely fuck you over. And in the blink of an eye, they're gone. They're out of your life. It's like you never. It's almost as if you meant absolutely nothing to them in the first place. And that's what Perfect Illusion is about. These kinds of people. People that seem genuine and that you believe actually love you, but in reality, they're nothing more than an illusion. An illusion so good that it fooled you for a very long time, therefore it was the perfect illusion. And I really enjoy this single because you can just feel the frustration in it, in Gaga's voice, and how she just belts out those notes in this single. It's so awesome. And I think the reason why she puts so much into it is because it is devoted to her ex-fiance that she's been with. I mean, she was with him for like 4 years and now it's over. So yeah, Gaga genuinely believed that her fiance loved her, and now that it's over, she can see that he was nothing more than a perfect illusion. There's definitely people in my life that I can say this about too. So I feel like Perfect Illusion is one of my favorite singles on the album because it's catchy, because it's powerful, and because it's personally relatable to me, and I'm sure lots of you too. The next single is Million Reasons. This was also another pre-release. This was Million Reasons was the second single to be released before the album, so it beat it by like 3 weeks. Yeah, Million Reasons is about 3 weeks before the album came out. A Million Reasons brings it down a few notches, and honestly, it's a similar message to Perfect Illusion, but not exactly the same. In the meaning of Million Reasons is somebody has been hurting you and making you upset, and they're giving you a million reasons to leave, to remove them from your life. But you just care about this person so much that they just need to give you one good reason and you'll be willing to stay. The one good reason can just totally cancel out all the million reasons and you're willing to keep them around. But Million Reasons, beautiful song, love it. Next single is Sinner's Prayer. And Sinner's Prayer is easily the most country-sounding single on the album. I mean, the whole album can be argued to be a country album, but there's just a few singles that kind of like break away from that, like Ayo and Perfect Illusion. But Sinner's Prayer is no doubt, straight up, quite obviously, a country song. And it's good, but Sinner's Prayer is also another one I'm still trying to figure out the meaning of. From what I'm gathering, Lady Gaga and her sister want to get with men specifically so they can break their hearts. The next single is Come to Mama. Come to Mama is great because it speaks a message that I put out there on a daily basis, and it's just, it asks the question, why judge? Why hate? Why can't we accept our differences? Why can't we do that? What's up with that? Hate brings segregation, and we really should be smarter and stronger than that. And that's what Come to Mama is saying. Just cut the shit. Stop judging, and just respect and love. Alright, just do it. Just do it. There's no reason for you not to do it. The next single is Hey Girl. And I really enjoy Hey Girl because it's another song that I can relate to, and it's just about like two friends who care about each other. They don't get along. These are like polar opposites, and they fight, and their fights, they don't want to fight, but they still fight. And it's just like, hey girl, we don't have to keep one up another. You know, another part of the chorus is, just know that I got you. You know, we may fight, we may disagree, we may be very opposite, but I got you, alright? Anything happens, I got your back. Alright? I care about you. So I really enjoy Hey Girl because it's yet another single that I can personally relate to, and it's a strong message. Also, it's a collaboration with Florence Welch. I'm afraid I don't know who that is, but she's a good singer, whoever she is. She has good chemistry with Gaga, for sure. Next up is Angel Down. Angel Down is probably one of the saddest songs Lady Gaga has ever written, rivaling Dope and Till It Happens to You. Angel Down is about a generally good person being murdered. Shots were fired in the street outside the church we used to meet. Angel down, why do the people just stand around? So this is really powerful, and fortunately or unfortunately, kind of both at the same time, it makes me think about Michelle Hayden. She was a fan of mine from quite some time ago. She was, at one point, I really considered her to be my biggest fan, and going on 2 years ago, she was struck by a drunk driver in the middle of the night, and she died a couple hours later. So, Angel Down, you know, just sorry. It's dumb. It's been 2 years and I still cry about her. I miss my friend Michelle really a lot. But yeah, Angel Down is beautiful. Another one of my favorites on the album for sure. Okay, alright. We're gonna move on. Okay, we're gonna move on. We're just gonna go to the next one. Next up is Bridgie Girls. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but Bridgie Girls is another one I really enjoy. It's another catchy one. It's got a nice swing. It's a nice dance song. From what I can interpret, it's a song about a friend from earlier in Gaga's life, because it opens with, I was 23, she was 35. So Gaga once had this older, more experienced friend that she went on an adventure with, and she had a damn good time. You know, they had good chemistry, and they really enjoy each other's company. I'm kind of getting a vibe that this turned into a kind of a lesbian friends of benefits thing. I'm kind of getting that from the song, but I don't have like any solid lyrics that tell me that. But I don't know. I just feel like that was present. I feel like that was part of this friendship. And also, I really like a particular lyric in the song. It says, "Now we got our 6 Spice Girl in this bitch." So when they say Spice Girl, do they actually mean the group Spice Girls from the 90s? Is that what they're talking about? Did Lady Gaga seriously refer to the Spice Girls? Did my present day idol obsession refer to my 90s idol obsession? It sounds like it. I think Gaga was a fan of the Spice Girls, which is fucking crazy and mind-blowing. I mean, we're the same age. Me and Gaga are both 30 years old, so it makes sense. You know, we had the same childhood era, so I like that she included that. That she said, Spice Girl in this bitch. So, I don't know, it's just one lyric in the song. When I first heard it, I was like, wait, what? What? So, yeah, that's cool. So the next single is Just Another Day. And, I don't know, I feel like Just Another Day is another one of the weaker singles on the album. But it's still catchy, it's still great. And also, as far as the meaning, it's just pretty straightforward. It's, you know, you have a stressful day, you had a bad day, well, just come home, unwind, relax, laugh, enjoy yourself, because in reality, stressful days are just another day. And that's how they should be looked at. And that's what this song communicates to me. And then finally, the last track is Angel Down Work Tape. So, it's Angel Down, same song, but it sounds like an earlier version of it. Lady Gaga is singing it differently than the studio version, and also the only instrumental used is a piano. So, I mean, I said I love the Angel Down song. I don't really object that much to having it twice on the album, but I don't know. I feel like something better could have gone there. I don't know how I feel about a work tape recording of being on a finalized album that already has the finalized studio version on the same album. Personally, I feel like it would have been much better if Lady Gaga put Till It Happens to You in that space, but I guess she meant that to be a standalone single and have absolutely nothing to do with the Joanne album. So, fair enough, I guess. So that concludes all the songs on the album, and I suppose all that leaves is my final thoughts. So one of my final thoughts is, this is a very country genre album. Now, that's not true for every single track on here. There are some that break that, but there's enough singles on this album that sound country for me to say that this is a country album. So Lady Gaga has gone into the genre of country music, and it works for her. And I think my other closing statement would be that I feel like with the Joanne album, Lady Gaga has come full circle. Let me elaborate on that by reviewing all of her albums that she's ever released. Her first album was Red and Blue, and back then she still went by her real name, Stephanie Germanotta. And Red and Blue was a very casual, down-to-earth kind of album. You know, Stephanie Germanotta is obviously a real person. So the next album, the one that many people consider to be Gaga's first because it was the first album to be put under the name Lady Gaga, was Fame. And Fame, along with its extension, Fame Monster, Lady Gaga is a superstar. She's made it. She's bedazzled. She's enjoying the fame, and she loves it so much. And rightfully so. And then with the Born This Way album, it became clear that Lady Gaga was a really good leader for the gay and trans community. That's when a lot of us decided, okay, yeah, this bitch knows what she's talking about. Let's follow her. Let's listen to her. Let's let her speak for us, because she knows what she's talking about. So for us, she was escalated to a queen. She was our leader. She was above us. And then with the Art Pop album, she arose even higher, because the Art Pop album had a lot of goddess mythology about it, and Gaga herself was portraying her as more like a Greek goddess, and therefore, in our eyes, she went from being queen to a goddess. So she is way, way the fuck up there with the Art Pop album. And then there's Joanne. It takes away all the elaborate, beautiful, and off-the-wall costumes. It removes the enormous stage presentation and just puts it right back down to the basics. Joanne is in many ways like Red and Blue. And through this album, we get to see once again that Lady Gaga is still Stephanie Germanotta. She is a real person with imperfections, with flaws, who has made mistakes in her past. You know, she laughs, she cries, she gets angry. Lady Gaga is a real person, just like me, just like you, just like all of us. And I think that is the single most beautiful thing about the Joanne album. Pause up and salute.
Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. Bad